This Japanese maple bonsai forest is something of a problem bonsai for me. Keep watching and I'll explain to you exactly why that is. And more importantly, we'll talk about what we can do to try and improve on this tree. Creating bonsai forests is a way of utilising and making use of trees that would otherwise be considered poor quality or a bit featureless as individual trees. Typically, we will plant several together in a larger, wide pot. To mutually secure them and position them into the pot, we might tie a bamboo framework or mesh into the bottom of the pot and position and tie the individual trees to the bamboo frame. Over time, the mesh will decompose and the tree roots will mesh together. The problem with this tree: this forest was put together about 4 years ago, the same time as my other Japanese maple forests, from some inexpensive saplings from local garden centres and supermarkets. You can see my other forests, Orange Dream and Butterfly, here. With pinching and pruning, I'm developing the ramification or twigginess of the trees to create a more dense canopy and more convincing image of trees in miniature. This has worked well with the Butterfly and Orange Dream, but not so much with this Atropurpureum. Why? Why is this? Even within the same species of tree there are cultivars which have different behaviours, growth habits and characteristics. Deshoja and Katsura Japanese maples, for example, are very popular for bonsai and responsive to pruning and defoliation to reduce leaf size and increase ramification. Others, such as Atropurpureum here, are perhaps less well suited to bonsai and more for garden trees. They have larger leaves, and this one seems to grow with strata layers or bands of foliage, which can look quite attractive in leaf. But the leaf reduction and ramification are proving quite challenging. There is a direct link between the development and refinement of roots of a bonsai tree and the corresponding branching. The health and structure of a tree's roots directly influence its above-ground growth, including branching and ramification. Healthy roots are essential for absorbing water and nutrients from the soil. Adequate nutrient uptake supports vigorous growth and branching in the above-ground portions of the tree. Proper root pruning techniques such as root trimming and root ball reduction encourage finer root growth and density. This, in turn, promotes finer branching and ramification above ground. The balance between the root system and the above-ground portion of the tree is crucial for overall aesthetic and health. A well-balanced root system will support balanced branching and ramification, creating a harmonious bonsai tree. You can see this bonsai isn't wired into the pot. Due to the width of the bonsai and also its weight, it sits quite stable in the pot. You would normally do repotting on your deciduous trees just as the buds are beginning to swell. At that point, the energy is rising back up the tree from the roots, and you can work the roots before the leaves fully emerge and start transpiring. You can see on this tree that perhaps it's a little bit late. All that means is that I won't remove as much of the roots as I might otherwise do, and the tree should be fine. I'm working my way around the tree with a root hook and a chopstick to remove the old soil and to untangle the roots. This bonsai has not been repotted in a couple of years, so by repotting it and trimming the roots, I'm hoping to increase the ramification of the roots, encourage more fine feeder roots, and generally invigorate the tree. In turn, I'm hoping this might encourage branching and subdivision in the upper portions of the tree. You can see here that the roots have well meshed together, and they are beginning to circle around the inside of the pot and will need shortening. I'm also going to ensure that the root base underneath is as shallow as possible, and I'm just trimming away some of the excess growth there and removing some of the old soil. You can see here there are bits of the bamboo skewers that I used as a framework to both space out the trees and to secure them in the pot. It's time to get some bonsai soil in here, and I'm just using my regular mix of akadama, pumice and lava. I'm filling the pot and just chopsticking around the root ball to ensure that any voids or spaces are filled by the soil.